What's going on, family? Peace, light, and love. Thank you for connecting with me. I am Priestess Shakesha Divine. I am an astro numerative intuitive mystic. Also, the author of Holistic Appeal, right? And the the life changing new work that I just put out here, the dream workbook, which is shadow navigation for the spiritual gangster. Definitely get out there, hurry up, go cop this. It's on Amazon. Both of these shits is there. You definitely need to go get this. This is some work that's definitely going to help in changing your life. Holistic Appeal is a concise holistic approach for us to connect with the greatest version of ourselves. But from a heal perspective, you want to make sure that we doing that internal work so that the things that we moving towards, that we really in a space to receive it, then you need to get this shadow navigation for the spiritual gangster. It's not for the faint at heart, and it will definitely help in accelerating your ascension process. Today, y'all, I got some powerful, powerful work for today, right here. On this day, today, it being a 6th day, right? The whole month of July is a 6 energy, right? And 6 energy is about harmony, it's about family, and it's about love. So, who better not to have during this whole month of July than Healing Pools of Love, who is coming in here to bless us. It is some auspicious energy. We got this sun in Cancer. It's going to be trining Saturn in Pisces, right? This is really about us leaning on our friends, our supports that's around us. And then we going to set off some really auspicious energy, some love vibe energy, right? With Venus in Cancer, which is going to be trining Neptune in Pisces. This is all about those love vibrations, right? But we got to be careful that we ain't in no space where we getting overly dramatic with that. And so right on time, right? Perfect timing for this is Healing Pools of Water, of Healing Pools of Love, who is coming in here to help us and assist us in navigating on this color. We're going to need some color right here to help us out in regulating our energy in a most beneficial way. So, Healing Pools of Love, thank you for coming out here to the podcast. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you from, what you about, and set us up with this information you got for us right here.
Thank you for having me on. My name is Deanna, and Healing Pools of Love. Um, I picked that name for an entirely different reason that I won't go into, but I found out from Miss Blue that it's for an entirely different reason. I am just a big heart walking around and just really not there's not really much to tell. I'm a mother. I am a grandmother. I work as a nurse aide right now, and I am interested, in color amongst many, many things. And I am working my way back to my true self. And I just feel that my true self is just nothing but love, honestly, nothing but love. Um, Outside of that is kind of ego, things that I have set in place to kind of protect myself the best way that I knew how. And anything else is just really that. So, Healing Pools of Love, I just feel that that fits me very well. So with color, what I wanted to do with color is I understand, there's a science behind it. I know that when you look up color on the internet, they can tell you all the details, and what it stands for and, all those different things. But I wanted to get more personal when I do spiritual work, like with crystals, with anything. I like to, um, I guess, see how it resonates with me on a personal level. So, if I have an amethyst crystal, I can look up all of the properties, things like that and the meanings behind it. But like when I hold it in my hand, what do I feel? What am I getting? What's it saying to me? What am I feeling? Where is it taking me? Yeah, yeah. So what's it doing for me mentally, physically, spiritually? What is this crystal doing for me? I want all aspects of everything that I do. So like with color, the same thing, and I just, I don't know. It's just something about color. Color is in everything that we do. We're on planet Earth. Everything is color. I mean, the leaves, grass, the sun, the moon, the buildings, the cars, your clothes, I mean, there's nothing that you have that doesn't have color. Even your walls are white, but that's color, right? So everything has color. And the color has meaning. So, for me, I just wanted to know, well, what does these colors mean to me? How can I use them in my everyday life? How can I use them to help heal me, in different ways? I know that for years before I started a little bit different, a little bit deeper, I was using it just as like I would just sit and imagine the colors, not really knowing much about colors. So I remember being like really sick one time. I think I had a respiratory infection. And so I thought about, well, green, because, green is like the trees, the leaves, they show you how it looks like your lungs look like leaves, things like that. So I was using the color green to like really heal myself. And this was right before COVID had started. I was sick as a damn dog. So I was wondering if I had COVID before it was COVID.
Right.
Um, but I was using that color frequency to kind of heal myself. And so I found that interesting that it was helping. It was helping just by imagining the color. So I thought that was really powerful. And
Very.
so I was using these different colors. I would just sit, and that was it. I wasn't looking them up, I wasn't studying them, nothing. I would just pull the color up, sit and meditate in the color, use it on whatever area of my body that I was using it for, and it was really healing me. It was helping. So I thought, hey, let's do something else with this. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's actually get some science behind it. So then I'd actually start reading books, things like that. And I wanted to like go into the emotional piece of it, with colors and things like that. So I know I'm kind of rambling, but
You're, you're doing well.
that's just kind of how I wanted to work with color. Like I went, because I'm a nurse aide, I went and specifically got different colored uniforms so that every day when I wore that color, I could be more mindful of the color that I'm wearing and see like what would come across for me. So I was thinking that as I wore it, it would kind of like almost really kind of speak to me. But
Mm,
that's not how it works for me. Like when I get downloads, I can't tell you I'm getting a download right now and this is what the download is saying. I can tell that I'm getting a download, but I don't really know what's going on until kind of later. It kind of all comes together for me, kind of like puzzle pieces. So I was thinking when I did my thing on Instagram with the colors, what better way to kick off Juicy July? We're doing Juicy July with Queenie. So shout
yeah.
out to Queenie for that,
Yes.
and um,
Queenie.
yes, with all of the different colors and the juices, and everything that we've been doing. So I just thought, and I saw you inspired me. So I was like, okay, she is doing this. She is maybe going to show us something that she's doing every day for Juicy July. Let me just do that and see how that would work with maybe doing it with color and see, what I'm picking up every day with color. So then I started doing that and it was fun. It was different for me because I like on the colorful expressions, I'll just kind of I'll study it up, I'll read through what I've gotten, that week, and then we kind of go into a discussion about it. So I was
Mhm.
thinking, okay, with Instagram, this will be a little bit different. It was more of an emotional piece for me. Like, I'm feeling this way with this color today. These are the attributes that I've been kind of feeling. So then, let's kind of have a conversation about it because the color pink for me, no, my example will be the color yellow for me
Mm,
means something totally different than it does for my daughter. So when I put on the color yellow, I think my mind automatically goes into study mode. I want to study, I want to study, I want to, and it won't stop. And then details and things keeps coming, and then oh and then and oh and then, that's kind of how my mind works with yellow. For my daughter, when she puts on yellow, it's sensuality. She's in her feminine mode. She's in her own her oshun. She's that's what yellow does for her. And for me, it's more of the masculine piece of it, because I want to work, 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 study, 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 put it out there, put it out there. But for her, it brings her internal. She's more feminine with the color yellow. So I think all those things are, interesting. I wanted to kind of go into what it actually means to us versus kind of what they teach us that those colors should mean to us.
Okay. Okay.
So that's just really it. That was just really I just wanted to be a scientist with it all. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I am with it. So I pulled up some of the colors. I didn't go through all of them. I don't not a big talker. I can, but I'm not a real big talker. So, but I started out the week with the color pink. So I'll just read you what I wrote for the color pink.
Okay.
All right. So I said the color of the day is pink. Pink is the color of love and especially self love. And that's what the color pink means for me. This month is a wonderful month to kick it off. I won't go into that. It says some of the attributes of pink. Pink helps one to tap into their childhood and soothe and comfort their child's self. The color pink helps to aid in that soothing, loving process as one goes back in time and consoles, uplifts, encourages, gives insight, loves on, and heals their inner child. The color pink can help one to dig a little deeper to find different creative ways to love oneself. My example would be my healthy eating habits. I have committed to eating healthy and cutting out certain things from my eating habits for my physical and mental health. This month, this self love month of July, I'm committing to changing my eating habits even more by cutting back even more and adding other things into my healthy lifestyle. So that's kind of just, I used it there because the frequency for with me for that day was just with pink is love, like green for the heart. So
Mm.
when you look up the color pink, they said that the color pink is in the heart along with the color green. So that's what it means for me, the self love. And then I went into how I was going to show myself more self love. And I wanted to do that as far as with my diet, with eating. So that's how I worked with the color pink that day. And that was the downloads that I got when I sat and thought about it at the end of the day. What was the color pink, and I had it on all day. What was it saying to me? That's what it was saying to me. So
Powerful.
I just kind of did that every day for the I think the last 8 days. And last night would have been the end of that for me. So I don't know where I'll go with it next, but I may do something different with it next. But those were the posts that I wanted to put up. So that was pink. Yellow was something else. Let's see what I said for yellow. Oh, okay. So yep, the yellow is the color frequency is connected to the intellect, which is also connected to the solar plexus chakra, which is also connected to the digestive system. So that's kind of what it was saying to me that day about still kind of moving from pink into that self-love and taking the yellow and putting it not just in an emotional piece, but an intellectual piece, moving into that self love still. So the solar plexus, which is connected to, your digestive system, you still got the pink leading in that is all about the diet. So that it was still yellow was still all about the diet and how I'm going to show myself self love, using the color yellow, because with the color yellow, I can go in and study on the digestive system. I could study on the diet and see how that's going to benefit me. Pink is more, I love myself. So I'm committing myself to doing this. Yellow, as I'm moving into yellow is okay. How am I going to commit? I'm going to study, on the diet, the digestive system, how some of these systems work, and how it works with some of the things that I'm going to eat and the way that I'm going to change my diet and things like that. So that was leading into the yellow.
Mm.
So When I did green, green was the next day. And see, this is how it works for me, because before I came on tonight, I mean, I had a presentation, not really, but and that's kind of
Doing the
that's
thing, sis.
how it works for me. So I get the downloads, and I sometimes don't know until I'm flowing in it. So now I didn't know that all of these were going to connect the way that they connected. So I didn't know pink was going to connect to yellow like that. I kind of did, but I didn't know how until I'm talking to you. So thank you for that. So now we go from yellow into green. Green was the next day. And when I pulled up green, I got gratitude. I just
Mm,
simply got gratitude. I put on this, I had a little bit of confidence that day. And
mhm.
I put on the green dress, and had my daughter take the picture in it. It's got where you can see, skin in some spots. Not a lot, but for me, I was just like, you know,
It was a dope ass dress, sis. I love that dress. It was dope.
so I put it on, it had the green leaves, and I was standing in front of her green garden that she's done, and just simply gratitude. I think that as I was going to work that day in green, I just the earth. Oh, and that's what came up for me, just the earth. I could hear the birds. I could, the insects that were out. It was just everything in harmony, the trees, everything in harmony. And I was just thinking to myself, there was a time where we lived on earth and just everything was love. You could feel love coming from the trees, from the
Mm,
sky, from the animals, you know what I'm saying? All the way down to the insects. I mean, to the dirt. Everything was love, and the earth was giving us love, and we was giving the earth back love, and it was just nothing but love. So that was, again, goes with my frequency, healing pools of love, just being this big walking heart. So that's all I'm keep saying that's all I got, but gratitude was just like such a major thing that was coming up. Gratitude just for the earth, just for being alive, just for being here, just for being able to be a mother, just for, giving thanks for being able to be a grandmother, just giving thanks like for the earth and for having these interactions, with the earth, these different things. And just gratitude, just simple gratitude. Green did for me that day. And so when we go back, and I think I've done a session on green on colorful expressions. It wasn't gratitude. It was something else. And I can't remember what it was. But, as you work with these colors, it doesn't mean that it's changing up or switching up on you. It's just adding another layer, to
yeah.
it. So yellow for me, the layer that would have been added for me was the intellect, but also love with the
Mm,
intellect. So that was the layer,
mm,
the pink that layered with that for yellow for me. So it wasn't that yellow switched up to something different. Well, now it means something different today, where yesterday it meant something different. No, it just layers and builds for me. So
right.
we got all the way through the week, and we started with pink, which was so loving and kind and sweet with self-love, right? And then we ended with black.
Mm.
So let me pull up black for you. We went through some other colors, but I ended with black.
I love
Um
it. Let's get it.
Black Black is a wonderful color. It's one of my favorite colors, honestly. But when I wore it, I believe it was maybe yesterday. When I had it on yesterday, it was had a different significant meaning for me. So what I wrote was, I have been deep, deep, deep in my emotions today, discovering things that have been buried in my subconscious. So I was like deep into my subconscious yesterday. The color frequency black helps me to find myself in the darkness, because sometimes I can go so deep, it's hard for me to, you know find out what's going on. It's hard for me to come back. Sometimes I can get very comfortable there,
Mm,
um so um because black is a color that absorbs, it was a lot of emotions that was coming up from my childhood yesterday.
Mm.
From some things that is coming up that's healing, in me. And black was a color that helped me to absorb some of those emotions. So I wasn't necessarily at work bawling. you know, when
Mm.
some certain thoughts or certain things just kept coming up and I couldn't shake it and I couldn't, like pull myself together. Like, in some instances, black was a color that was really there, was a friend for me. It was like really absorbing those emotions so that I wasn't having to feel overwhelmed when those things were coming up. So,
Mm.
and that works perfect because black is a color that absorbs, it absorbs energy. So it was able to absorb that energy for me so that I could keep it together, keep it calm. I was still able to work through it, but, and it helped me with that. So then that was why I was able to come up with some of the other things I came up with at the end of that. So seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, the color black helped me to get there, to find the encouragement, to find out, to give me the boost to know that I am my own rescuer. I am my own hero. I can find my own way. I can do this, even though these emotions and things that have before in times past have maybe taken me under. um the color black helped me to, it's not taking me under. I got this. It's dark right now, but I'm swimming through. I'm bringing this shit to the light. It's going to come to the light. It's going to come to a head. It's going to be okay. And the color black helped me to absorb those emotions and to be able to get through that and to be able to find myself in the darkness, to be able to find my way through the darkness, to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The color black helped me to be able to do that. So that's kind of my presentation with the
Yeah.
colors. And I was saying the color frequency because I haven't gotten there quite yet, but there's a frequency to every color,
Yeah.
Um, red is the slowest moving frequency. So when I
Mhm.
think of red, it's like just really, really feet on the ground, one step at a time, moving through, and purple the fastest, your thoughts going zoom, 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 it's the frequencies of the colors. So um that was it. And that was kind of just how I worked my way through um some of these colors this week. One of the other things that I thought was interesting on the 4th of July, Spirit had me because I remember we were on Clubhouse talking and I was saying red, white, and blue was coming up for me. And then I realized that those colors made violet, the color violet and lavender
Mm.
and purple and stuff like that. So I was just thinking, oh, the 4th of July, I know we finna do it. I gotta figure out, this red, white, and blue, how I'm gonna piece this together, blah, blah, blah. And the spirit just had me put on purple.
Gangster. That's gangster.
Okay, so we get to work in every fucking body, the residents, the staff, everybody, family members, everybody got on red, white, and blue, and I'm coming down through here in purple, right? So it
Mm.
dawned on me after a few hours. We had a discussion, sis. You looked it up yourself, right? You looked it up yourself, and these colors make what? Purple. So I was like, okay, got it. So went through the day with the color purple. I sometimes try to give thought to it, but most of the time I can't. And I think that that's because spirit just really wants to bypass my brain with it and give me the downloads, let me work through it, how I work through it, through because I work through a lot through my emotions into thought, and then into articulating it. So I just kind of do that because when I'm at work, I can't sit and think on the color purple all day. I have to just work. I have to work. I have on the color. I have to work. And then spirit is talking to me through all of that some kind of way. I come back out, and then this is what I give, I can give. So on that day, it was the color purple. I'll pull that up real quick and see
Okay.
what up. for the color purple. Okay. The color purple represents magic. And I said I was really surprised when I looked up the colors that make violet. It's red, white, and blue. How
Mhm.
fitting for today's color of the day to be violet. The violet color frequency represents the crown chakra, royalty, imagination, and spirituality. When working with this color frequency, I know that I can do anything that I put my mind to. So then I'll come right back to the color black where I ended. These colors have been building, and now that again that I'm talking to you, I see where they have been building me up to, because spirit knew I was going to be in this dark place at the end of all of this. I started with pink. Oh, I'm doing so good. I get to put these color attributes out here on Instagram, and my soul family is liking it, we interacting, I'm having such a great time, and then get to the end of the week like, what the fuck, why I end up in this black ass hole, so but these colors have been building and helping me, because somewhere along the line, spirit knew, I was going to be at that place. And so with these colors, they've been giving me that confidence, that the hope, I'm trying to find these words. They've been giving me the courage, the to be able to look forward and see that, even though you're going to be in this place, you're going to be in a dark place, but all is well. All is well. All
Mhm.
is well, you know. So that's what the color purple was saying to me that day. And it was saying, I said, do you want to build $1 billion business? Meditate using the color frequency violet. Everything that we create starts in our minds. This
Okay.
color frequency can help amplify that. So what a perfect day to begin to visualize or update a previous visualization using the color frequency violet. And so I'm glad I'm talking to you today, because I forgot just that quick. I know I wrote it down, but you know how we get busy life. That day when I used violet on the 4th of July, I redreamed some old dreams that I had let go of and that I'm
Mhm.
getting ready to bring back to life. So that was amazing for me. And again, the color violet, I talk to things like they're real and alive and animated, like they're my friends, So the color violet knew that I was gonna be in this black hole, but sis, you're gonna be okay. Look back throughout the week, you got it documented. Look back throughout the week on everything that we, all of the colors have talked to you and told you this week, so you're gonna come out of it. You're gonna do these things. Keep your head up, this is just a moment, and the moment that you're going through is not bad at all. It's so that you can rid yourself of certain things, so that as you're doing these things, you know what I'm saying, that energy is not trying to sneak through. So it's been all good, just all love, just all light. So I'm enjoying it. I like working with these different color frequencies. So
Wow, that is super powerful, man. And I'm just so excited about like dealing with these colors. And it seems like for me, what I've been experiencing this energy, I was listening to an astrologer earlier today that was talking about this Lilith energy that's coming through. And my experience of Lilith energy is really that dark, that black color, that black moon Lilith, they speak about in astrology and everything. I'm going to look a little bit more into it before I really dive deep into what that's all about. But what I do notice is that I experience a lot of energy before it gets here. Seems like you may be too, because these dreams have been off the hook. They've been bringing up a lot of past traumas and everything, and a lot of things that we can do to heal. And so I was moved today to like really work with that color black and everything. Then we got this serious star alignment that's coming through right now too, that's really assisting us in our ascension process, right? So many powerful downloads and so many insights that's going to help us along our journey and everything is coming up. And so this color magic right here, especially, and see how you experience color. I love that, and how it changes every day. For me, that's the way that I kind of tap into it. Like, what's going to make me feel empowered today? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, then tapping into a color like that. So I just think this is just so powerful. So I think color is my jam, babe. Color is my jam. And so when we start getting into this conversation about color, I'm always interested on how other people experience color, because it's absolutely subjective. And I love how you said your daughter taps into the Oshun frequency, right? Y'all catch this, right? And when she's dealing with yellow, when she's dealing with yellow, she's tapping into this intellectual energy, right? Tapping into the masculine and feminine aspects of the color. It looks different, it appears different, and we work with it differently for different reasons. And then tomorrow, mess around, your daughter is using that color for intellectual things, like to help her with a job interview, you know, with talking and communicating with other folks. And you get a date and then decide to throw on that yellow outfit. Come on now.
Yes,
You know
yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes, yes.
Love
And then
that.
I had on the yellow dress, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm liking this yellow dress. This is
Come
kind of
on now.
cute," you know. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm loving
something.
it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I think the color is such a powerful, magical tool to work with. A couple of, what was that? About a week or so ago, I was listening to this show on YouTube one night called Coast to Coast. I used to listen to it on the radio back in the day, right? Because they used to talk about like all of the alien UFO conspiracy theory shit, right? But every once in a while, he brings mystics on his platform and everything. And he brought this guy in here who had this really interesting perspective on colors. And I don't know, I know a lot of us, we haven't heard of him, but when he was talking about this color frequency, I sat straight up and started shouting like I'm ready to do the Holy Ghost dance, because he was talking about how your name has a color code to unlock a lot of personality traits and talents and everything, right? And so he has this system on how the harmonics within your name can align you with certain colors that can help and empower in you and everything. And when he said that, I just really was excited about that, because a lot of times when I'm dealing with people, even if I haven't met them, to hear their names, colors come up for me. And so I just wanted to know, I don't know if you ever heard of this guy. His name is BP Graycastle, right? And I thought this book, it was going to be the business. What it does though, you know, because this is more like a workbook that teaches you how to do these like color profiles and all of this other stuff.
Want to do
So
it?
there's just, yeah, there's a lot of like material in here that's really
Okay.
helpful in like, you know, getting some color profiles that will really empower and everything. So I'm going to start working, because I just got this like a couple of weeks ago and everything, right?
Okay.
So I want to start working with it and everything, and just like really see how tapping into the his little system of doing that will show up for me, and see, and you know how certain colors will work for me, because I've been so willy-nilly about it. I just what's going to make me feel this, and then I just dive right into it and everything. But this information that he gave, it really resonated for me, because I really can connect with how hearing names, not just the way that it's spelled, but the way that it sounds, the harmonics in the name. You know what I'm saying? It links up the colors and everything. So this is definitely one to check out. His name is BP Graycastle, and
Okay.
the name of his book is called Your Name in Colors. And so this was something that, you know, when I first got it and everything, I'm all into some other, because I'm a big book nerd and everything, whatever. But I said I'm gonna definitely get on that. And then when I knew that I had you coming on here, I said, damn, I got to get on this book right here and really start working with this. But he has some things where you can do a lot of the color profiles and all types of stuff where you can really work some powerful ass magic with these colors and everything. So definitely there's a tap in right there.
Yeah, and
No.
I love the fact that people can see colors like in
Mhm.
auras around people. You with the birth signs, you was given the colors for that. That's what, like, really, I don't know. There was something with that, like how you said you sat up and started shouting. There was something in me that lit up. I was like, wow. And so when I got back home and I looked in my room, I'm like, damn, I got that color all over my fucking room and did not pay attention to it, because you was like, and this is your color, this and that and that. I was listening to you one day, and I came home and I was like, oh wow, that is my damn color. It's not my favorite
Wow.
color, but it's a subconscious color that I keep around me all the time and wasn't even paying attention to it. So I don't know. I just love all of that about color, like you said. And yeah, so
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, because that was a total channel right there. So, you know, because for me, like I said, it's so subjective. And so when I start working with spirit, I'm like, what are the colors that these particular energies work with and everything, and they start to come through and everything. Now, mess around, come around. That I'm like, okay, so I want to tap into Piscean energy, right? And then I come up with some whole other shit. And for me, when I tap into like Piscean energy, I'm dealing with turquoise. You know what I'm saying? And turquoise is one of my jamming ass colors. You know what I'm
I
saying? If I
love that
really want
color.
to get down and boogie, that's what I'm saying. One of the things that I
Yeah,
deals with
it's so
that.
neat to me that if you want to tap into Piscean energy, you pick a color. That shit is
Mhm.
bomb. Like, what? So wow. I mean, and I love that because it is like not I want to type it. I want to put it in my notes, but I'm trying to pay attention at the same time because I know we on camera. But
Girl, go on into you.
so um what was I getting ready to say? Yeah, so that is more like using color in a conscious way, and I
Mhm.
wanted to not use it just in a conscious way, I guess, like you can use it you can put it in your water and drink it, put it in your body that way. You can use color therapy with glasses. You can use color therapy with lights and shine it on different parts of your body, for healing. There's all these different things that you can use, and to me it's very conscious. I like that. That's very scientific, but I
Mhm.
wanted to do something that was a little more interactive, I guess, for the emotional piece, I guess. But
Mhm.
with that, to me, what you saying, that's something that's very conscientious, because it's like, okay, if I want to tap into Leo energy, what color would I put on to tap into that? That shit is amazing. So now I'm gonna I'll be doing that because we're in Cancer season. So
Mhm.
now I need to know, because it gives you layers. Because then if I add a crystal to it, if
Yep.
I add the things that Miss Blue be teaching us about the water, pieces, elements to it, if you add all of these things to it to amplify it, I mean, that's you would, to me, you maximize the season that you're in. If you add all of these things to the pot when you're cooking, you maximize the season instead of just maybe, I don't know, once out of the whole Cancer season, the full moon, maybe doing a ritual, one ritual. When you can add color to it, add crystals to it, add these other things to it, and maximize all of that energy for the Cancer season, that we're in. So I
Absolutely.
like that.
And
So
definitely dealing with that water. Let me stop it real quick and shout out Miss Blue, because Miss Blue has been definitely putting the G and the spiritual gangsters out here all over these cosmic streets. And so when she's, you know what I'm saying? So I get right now, her thing is the water teaching and everything. And I love that. That work that Dr. Emoto did is some life-changing shit right there. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Blue has definitely assisted me. So she has to be one of the most instrumental people in my spiritual journey. Without her, you know, I got to tell you, I think that it would have all been intellectualized for me instead of me really incorporating that and making this a magical life experience for myself. So I definitely give so much love and shouts out to Miss Blue and everything. We need to make sure that we're giving her, and I know a lot of us do in the family. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, to the point where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But however, I think that giving her flowers right now is definitely the thing that we need to do, because she has definitely gotten us, a lot of us here, on a street called straight. And somebody like me, you know what I'm saying, I got this queenish energy and everything where I'm like, I'm not trying to dick ride nobody. So I want y'all to know that I am not a dick rider, but I am eternally grateful to this woman for blessing my life and helping me to navigate my spiritual ascension process. Let's be clear. All right.
Yeah. Yes. Miss Blue is definitely somebody I just love. I don't want it to sound strange or whatever, but in love. You know what I mean? Just love her.
Absolutely.
And and she is definitely one who has helped me because I felt overwhelmed with all of the things that I've always wanted to do. I wanted to use everything. I wanted to utilize everything. I wanted to utilize the stars and the moon and the sun and numbers and colors and crystals and herbs and the earth and all of this. And she has taught us how to combine and use all of these things together, like I said, to maximize our spirituality with these different things. And I just cannot be more thankful, more grateful, to her and for everything that she has taught, and even with using these things and kind of baby stepping along the way with these different things, she'll come in and give you a whole different perspective, a whole different tool, a whole different way to use the tool that'll give more depth to the shit, So for that, I'm just eternally fucking grateful for those things.
Yeah.
Like with my ancestors, I've been rocking with them since I started on this journey. And then she comes in and gives something that you can do, these techniques that will deepen, that with them. And so that shit has skyrocketed for me. So, I mean, it's just been, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for the work that she gives, and I'm thankful to be able to do the work that she gives.
Yeah.
Um, and just to continue on, to keep putting that out there, to keep loving people, to keep being of service, to keep it, what is that? Pay it forward kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. No doubt about it. Miss Blue is definitely the truth out here in these spiritual streets. Let's make
Yes.
no mistake about that, family.
High
Absolutely.
quality and much integrity, all of those things. She
Absolutely.
is.
Right. And that integrity piece is something that we really need at this point in time. There's, you know what I'm saying? There's so many in tranquil spirits. That's what I'll call it. Out here in these cosmic streets right about now. And you know what I'm saying? Having that high frequency, having that teacher that's going to help you to stay grounded, but still being able to navigate in reality is absolutely essential right now. And one of the marks of the true spiritual teachers that's out here are not those teachers that want you to stay totally dependent on the teaching, but they empower you. They give you the tools to be able to navigate moving forward. And this is what this particular spiritual teacher does, is that she respects who you are as a spiritual being, and really acts as a trusted and magical guide in your ascension process. And this right here is what separates her, what sets her apart from the rest of those individuals out here in these streets. No doubt. No doubt.
So, and then I will say that she is one of the ones who have inspired me, because for the last 5 years I have been on my journey, but kind of just listening, learning, and going within. I've done a lot of going within with it. And so Miss Blue was one that came along and was pretty much like, okay, it's time for you to um put out, you know. And so then what I wanted to do was, with the colors, it was like, okay, so this is my chance to give back from, all of the teachers, and all of the YouTube videos and all of the master teachers that I've learned from. It's my chance to be able to give back something, for free, because they gave that shit to us for free. We did not have to pay for it. I know that they paid a cost, and a price, whatever that price was, for them to get these downloads and these teachings and these techniques and these rituals and everything that they have gotten to pass along to us for free, a
Hmm.
lot of it. So there's some things that, you have to take classes, there's a cost for those things, but a lot of this shit Miss Blue has done Planet Remix Radio for 20 years for free, giving out advice and techniques and readings, and all of those things for free. So I just felt like with color, that's one thing that I can do, that I can put out here. Whatever I learn, let me pass that on for free, pretty much. Let me, whatever information I get, let me put that out there, because that is what my master teachers have taught me to do. That is what they have done, and that's what I'll do as well. So then people can take and do what they will, use it however they want to use it, or not use it, if it doesn't resonate with them. So colors was one of the things that I wanted to put out there and do that with. And that was inspiration, from Miss Blue as well. So I'm thankful.
Yes. So many, yeah, shouts out to Miss Blue. She had us really working with that color and navigating it in a way that made it meaningful for us in the priestesshood. And so, it was definitely her that was instrumental in helping me to get my color game to a whole nother level, a whole nother experience and everything. And with that, awakened so many other spiritual gifts and abilities, through by working through color. And I can ground myself with color. I can just, I do so many things with color. And now you just inspired me, right? Because now I think I'm gonna go and get me some rose colored glasses, right? To help me when I start feeling dark. Because when I'm one of those people, my birthday is on the 4th, right? And people who hold 4 energy, like 13, 4, 22, 31, your birthday is on those particular days. You really got to be mindful and careful about how you're processing this world and everything, because it can get dark sometimes. And so working with those colors will absolutely help in grounding and uplifting and really helping navigating that. And so when you started talking about like working with those colors, I'm like, you know what, you're right about that. I'm gonna get me some rose colored glasses and some other colors too, if I can find them out there. That's really going to help in shifting how I'm experiencing the energy that day. So I love
Okay.
that. Thanks to
Yeah.
yes.
You can find them on Amazon. I'll actually send you a link as well.
Oh, thank
But
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I know. I get on Amazon when I'm looking for books and everything. It seems like I'm so old school with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we in this age where we could get to Amazon, but it just never occurred to me. I just be like, let me go to the store and see what's out there. But please send me that link and save me some trouble. You know?
Yeah, Amazon is probably not always good, but that's my place to go for just
Yeah,
about everything, especially books and stuff like that. I mean, because they make it so easy. They make it so easy. So,
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
yeah, so I have been enjoying this. Oh, and I love, and I haven't been because I've picked up extra time. So
Oh,
I've been like really tired. I've caught, I think maybe your last one on Instagram was maybe 3 or 4 days ago. But I normally try to catch when you put those up, because you were doing them daily, your
mhm,
your
mhm.
lives. And
Mhm.
so I love when I catch those. I mean,
Oh,
it's
thank
so
you.
much information that I would take without me, take with me throughout the day is what I want to say. And plus, then when I'm using that with color and that how that all transpires and how it all works, like I said, spirit just uses all of it because then what you're saying is on my mind and I'm at work and I'm just working and I got the color on and it's cooking. I'm cooking, but
Mhm,
in a
mhm.
different way. So and then what I produce is what I produce at the end of the day, So thank you for that. Thank you for all of that. Yes, I appreciate it.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah, I've been taking somewhat of a sabbatical. I'm one of those people where, sometimes my energy it runs so high and everything, then I get like totally depleted and I got to kind of withdraw in order to recharge and everything. I'm
Yes,
such
I
an introverted person that I really need that a long time. So sometimes you'll see me and I'm showing up to just about everything and then I'll kind of like withdraw. And you know what I'm saying? So I just want to give so much love out to the Soul family who understands how I kind of move and everything like that and everything, but absolutely be back on that whole scene and everything and putting some new information that's out there because so many downloads coming at this particular point in time and everything. I love this work that you're doing. Tell us how they can link up with you and find out that information that you got on color expression again.
Okay, so I come on every Saturday at 7 o'clock. It's called Colorful Expressions on Clubhouse. So, I just come on, I do a live and I start the feed with going over some attributes of whatever the color of that day, is or that week or whatever the color is that I choose for that day. And then you all join in and we all just kind of start having a conversation about color. And then, we pull in because then you pull in the astrological piece of it. Brittany Vibes, I just love her. She comes
Yeah,
in and she pulls in the animal piece, the numbers, everybody. It's just that's what I'm saying. It all just kind of works together. So that's you can find me on Clubhouse, Colorful Expressions, and then on Instagram, I am Healing Pools of Love on Instagram. So that's where you can find me.
awesome, awesome, awesome. It was so wonderful, so magical having you here on the show today. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
coming out here. I
Thank you for
love this
having
stuff here.
me. My
Thank you.
honor.
Thank you. I love this. And so, listen, I want you to know that this is a platform that you're always welcome to. If Spirit gives you some powerful downloads that you feel compelled to share with all of us, definitely hit me up. We can get a day scheduled so we can definitely, have this conversation whenever you need to share. Um, so, I'm ready to go ahead and wrap this up unless you have
Okay.
anything that you want to say before we close it out right now. We
Nope,
good?
it's just now it's some things, some thoughts are coming. So when I get off of here, I'll be clacking because I got notes to take. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. And it helps me. That's what when I do this, it helps me. I'm hoping that I'm helping others, but it's definitely helping me because like I said, this week connecting those colors just by you having me on here has showed me that building on those colors every day all the way to the end till we got to the color black, that helped me to have some understanding about what was going on with everything, like putting the puzzle pieces together. So
Absolutely.
thank
Absolutely.
you.
You are
Right.
welcome. Thank you so much for coming out here, blessing our platform. Beautiful sister, beautiful energy. Thank you so much. And for everybody else, I want to wish you all peace and light and love for the rest of this week.
Yes.
Thank you so much for connecting with me. I sincerely appreciate your time. Peace and light and love.